To be or not to be? That is the question. Oh my gosh. Hi, my name is Deneen White, and I am the publicist for VIP Ignite, and I am also the host for our live and virtual events. Did you know that one of the quickest ways to become a successful actor, model, or musician is by learning the business and knowing the right connections, having the right connections, knowing the right people? Well, that is what we do here at VIP Ignite. So if you are someone who's like, oh, you know what? I have the talent. If only I met the right person, or oh, if only I knew a little bit more about the business, you are in the right place. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to hit subscribe to our channel because we are going to be bringing you a lot of really cool content to teach you how to make those connections and how to learn the business. The other thing I want to do, if you're like, okay, I'm ready to get started right now, we have a link below also so that you can join us at our next live audition or event. Okay, so again, my name is Deneen White. I'm the publicist for VIP Ignite, and I can't wait to see you around our YouTube channel. Bye. Did you know that if you want to book work as an actor, one of the best skills that you can have is script analysis? Have you ever gone through script analysis and just thought, this is so boring? I know I have. I was an English major. I was like, oh my gosh, if I had to do that one more time, I would have gone out of my mind. But in this video, what we are going to do is we are going to teach you how to analyze a script. We are going to teach you how to find the story, and we are going to teach you how to find your direction as an actor within the script. So what I want you to do is I want you to watch this video, and I will see you on the other side of the video. All right? I'll see you in a few minutes.
So we're going to get started. All right, this is Truth Management Module number 2, Actor Script Analysis, Understanding the Reasons, the Why, and Finding the Story. All right, so script analysis is a key step in any actor's process. A close examination of the text can help you develop your character's motivations and backstory. Okay, so very important, obviously understanding the character's motivations. Why are they doing what they're doing? And understanding the backstory. And the one thing that I want to really stress here from both a writer's standpoint and also an actor's standpoint is when you are the actor, your job is to play the role that the writer wrote. Okay, that is your job. Your job is to play the role that the writer wrote. Okay, it's not always necessarily your interpretation of what the writer meant. It's meant to really be how the writer saw that character development, that story arc, and so forth. Does not mean that during table reads or during rewrites of the script that things will not change or your ideas cannot be presented. But at the very beginning, your job is to play the role as the writer meant. And that is where script analysis comes into play. Okay, so what is the character literally doing? Okay, so we're going to break this down. Script analysis can become very complex, and there's so many different angles and so forth. But when you have a framework, it doesn't matter how complex something is, you break it down into its simplest format. Okay, and I'm going to give you a few different steps that you will be able to follow. And by the end of this training today, you will literally be able to analyze any script that's been written or any script that is currently being written or any script that is going to be written in the future. Okay, so that is my promise to you today. What does the character want the other characters in the scene to do? Okay, let's take that back one step. So what is the character literally doing? What are they doing in the scene? Are they sitting down? Are they walking? Okay, who are they acting with? Who are they interacting with? What do they want the other characters to do? What is it? What is the goal, right? You need to know what is the goal? What is the end of the scene? What is supposed to happen in the scene? What is my responsibility? What am I trying to get that other person to do? What is my action? Okay. Am I stamping my feet? Am I angry? Am I laughing? Am I being facetious? Am I being seductive? Am I being happy? Am I being motivating? What is my action? What is the action like to me? All right. What does it mean to me, this action? So it's not only, what you have, what's going on in the scene, but you're also having, what is the actor thinking about? What are they trying to do, right? Somebody's being manipulative. They could be giving information away and being helpful, but in reality, they're not, right? So you have to understand this from the script standpoint. What is actually going on in that scene? When you're reading a script, there's a huge difference. What does the writer mean, right? There's a big difference between being very happy is a lot different from happy, okay? So every word and every connotation that the writer will put into the script is giving meaning to that scene. And it's up to you as the actor to analyze that and be able to see their vision and bring that vision to life. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few pages from The Joker, okay, the latest DC movie, okay? And the reason why I chose this is for one for Best Actor, but in addition to that, it's an extremely complex character. So I wanted to do this one first because if we can do this together, you can do any script together from here. At the end of the presentation, you will be able to click on the link below and you will have access to a website where you will be able to download and read any script that of your choosing, thousands and thousands of scripts, all for free. So that way you can put this into practice and start becoming a real great actor by analyzing scripts. So let's begin. So this story takes place in its own universe, okay? So we know automatically this is separate from the other DC films. This is its own universe. This has nothing to do with any precognition, any preconceiving of my thoughts on how this would play in with the other movies, the Justice League or Suicide Squad or anything. This is a separate movie in its own universe. It has no connection to any of the DC films that have come before it. This is the actual opening page of the script. This is exactly what the writer wanted to make sure that you, as playing the actor. So you guys are going to be playing the role of the Joker. So if you're a male, you'll be playing the role of the Joker as a male. If you're a female, you'll be playing the role of a female Joker, okay? We see it as a classic Warner Brothers movie, gritty, intimate, and oddly funny, okay? These very specific words were placed here. So now I automatically know, as I'm analyzing the script, okay, so this is going to be gritty, but at the same time, intimate, and it's also oddly funny. It's not funny, but oddly funny, right? And most of you guys should have seen this movie by now. Part of your homework, which we'll go over later, you'll have the opportunity to watch the movie, and I'll explain to you exactly how to follow the process so you get the most out of this, okay? Although it's never mentioned in the film, this story takes place in the past. Let's call it 1981. Again, very specific at the words. Let's call it 1981. It's a troubled time. The crime rate in Gotham is at a record highs. A garbage strike has crippled the city for the past 6 weeks, and the divide between the haves and the have-nots is palpable. Dreams are beyond reach, slipping into delusions. Very interesting, right? So now we know it's gritty, it's intimate, it's oddly funny. Obviously, there's crime, the city stinks of garbage, and there's this anger there, right? This gritty, intimate anger that's almost oddly funny between the haves and the have-nots. And all of a sudden now dreams are beyond reach and they're slipping into delusions. So now we have some interesting words here. We have oddly funny and delusions. So now we're starting to see, okay, I can kind of visualize what this character is. So go to black screen and we just hear laughter. The sound of a man totally cracking up. We now fade in and we are now in the Department of Health office and it's the morning. We close in on the Joker. He's in his 30s. He has tears in his eyes from laughing so hard. He's trying to get it under control. His greasy black hair is matted down. He's wearing an old faded red hooded zipped up sweatshirt. A threadbare gray scarf, thin from years of use, hangs loosely around his neck. We notice 2 faded old scars cut at the corners of his mouth, almost forming a smile. He's sitting across from an overworked social worker in her 50s, African American. Her office is cramped and run down in a cramped and rundown building. Stacks of folders piled high in front of her, okay? So she's overwhelmed. She's in this rundown building. It's not a place where anybody would want to work. You wouldn't want to be there. She's living in a city filled with crime. She's, this intimate, gritty world, right? Where dreams are beyond reach, slipping into delusion. So this world is affecting who she is, her character. She sits behind her desk, waiting for his laughing fit to end. She's been through this before. So this is not the first time. So it's not a shock to her, right? So we're reading into this. It's not a shock. So from her standpoint, okay, she's been through this before, right? Finally, it subsides. Joker takes a deep breath, pauses to see if it's over, okay? Beat. Is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that word beat, okay? Because some of you guys might have one idea of what it means. We're going to go over what it really means. Okay, like all stories, movies and TV shows are made up of moments that build upon each other to create a cohesive whole. In any given scene, there are a number of individual beats where one emotion shifts to another and the dramatic action shifts in response. Okay, what is a beat? In a screenplay or a teleplay, a beat is a moment that propels the story forward and compels the viewer to take stock of what could happen next. Each scene may be comprised of several different beats. Some story beats are subtle, while others are obvious. Okay? So, 4 types of story beats. Beats can refer to several different kinds of emotional moments or plot points. Example of beats you might find in a screenplay include events, from graduation parties and proms to battles and boxing matches, large social gatherings and events, or for many opportunities for characters to express their views or desires, interact with secondary characters, and advance plot development both within the main story and outside of it. Realizations. Realizations are often small, subtle, and quiet moments that occur after some buildup. Perhaps a character witnesses a gesture or glance that reveals their best friend's betrayal, or discovers that there's a reason she keeps getting passed up for promotion. Realization beats help characters make decisions based upon the information they have. Resolutions. Resolution beats tend to come early in the story and stem from a character's desire to change the status quo or conduct an experiment. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is a clear example of how a simple resolution made early in the film impacts the entire plot. For her advice column protagonist, Andy Anderson, Kate Hudson, resolves to drive a man away within 10 days. Interactions. Throughout the course of his or her journey, a character meets allies and antagonists, characters who provide additional conflict and dimension to the story. Notable interactions, for instance, a hero facing off with the villain in the final battle, are important beats that shape the plot. Conversations fall under this category as well. Even seemingly minor dialogue, like a teenager and her father arguing over curfew, can shape the outcome of the rest of the story. Okay? So let's go back. So we go back here, right? And we say, okay, the Joker, we're in the office. Joker has got tears in his eyes. He's laughing so hard. It's almost, he's trying to get it under control, so he cannot control it. He's got greasy black hair. We notice the 2 old scars. He's sitting across from the social worker. She's overworked. Her office is cramped, run down, in a rundown building. She's overwhelmed, stacks of folders piled high. So the scene is setting the tone, right? We know it's this gritty, oddly, funny, setting, right? High crime and all that. She sits behind the desk, waiting for his laughing fit to end. She's been through this before. Finally, it subsides. Joker takes a deep breath, pauses to see if it's over. And then he says, is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there? Okay. So again, what is the character literally doing, right? He's sitting in an office, right? Cramped office with files piled up. He's there. He's interacting with her because he has to be there. She's interacting with she has to be there. He's a little bit more, playful with her in his own way, right? What does the character want the other characters in the scene to do, right? So think about, what does the Joker want her to do? The Joker's looking to provoke her. He's looking to get some type of response from her, right? He's pushing her buttons, okay? What is my action? My action is the words that I'm using and the tone that I'm using, right? How he's interacting. How would he be sitting? What would he be doing in that scene to show, right? He had that crazy laughter. He's got these tears. He's trying to control it. He can't control the laughter. It's not his fault, right? So is he embarrassed by that laughter? Is he not? He obviously turns it off once he gets control over it, and then he goes into his character. So what is the action like to me, right? What am I trying to get out of her, right? So in the back of his mind, he's trying to provoke her buttons, right? He's trying to push her buttons. He's trying to get some type of response out of her, which he's not, because she's seen this before. She already knows how he is, okay? So these are questions. So this is questions that you want to write down, and literally after every page of dialogue, you want to ask yourself this question, okay? This will be the fastest way. And this also, what this does is this trains your neurons in your brain to start making these connections, and will also help with the memorization of dialogue too, because you have a really deep understanding. You're really visualizing the scene before it's being filmed, before you're walking on set for that first time, okay? Which later on we will talk about memorization, not today, but in the future we will go over memorization. So despite the laughter, there's real pain in his eyes. Something's broken in him. Right? It looks like he hasn't slept in days, right? It's certainly tense. People are upset. They're struggling, looking for work. The garbage strike seems like it's been going on forever. These are tough times. How about you? How's the job? Still enjoying it? Yeah, I mean, it's different each day. So I really like that. I don't think I could ever work in an office behind a desk, right? No offense. She smiles, writes something down, looks at the clock. She's running late for her next appointment, okay? The reason I'm going over this twice is this is how you should do this. You should read through the script, go back, ask yourself those questions, and then read through that next page again and ask yourself now those questions, right? What is the character doing? What does the character want the other character in the scene to do? What is my action? What is that action like to me? It's as if, okay? Social worker, have you been keeping up with your journal? Joker, every day. Social worker, great. Did you bring it with you? Okay. B, right? I'm sorry that I bring what? So all of a sudden, right? So he went, right? Every day, keeping up with your journal? Yeah, every day. Great. Did you bring it with you? Now, again, interaction. I'm sorry that I bring what? So now he's changing pace with her, right? Now he's going to change. So when you're changing pace, he's being, he's pretending like he didn't hear the question, or he didn't understand the question. So now his body language is going to change. His movement's going to change. His what he's doing, he's hiding something, right? Now look, the social worker, now she became impatient. She doesn't have time for this. So now her dialogue and her body language is going to change. Arthur, last time I asked you to bring the journal with you for these appointments, do you have it? Right? Now he goes, yes, ma'am. Right? So now he's back in regular character mode, right? Same way he would have answered those questions earlier, right? Every day, same way, okay? So then she says, well, can I see it? So now she went from being impatient to, well, can I see it? Right? So now it changed from being impatient to, well, can I see it? Right? Right? Maybe a little bit toned down, right? So again, he reluctantly reaches into his bag, pulls out the weather notebook, slides it across to her, okay? So, Joker, I've been using it as a journal, but also a joke diary, funny thoughts or observations. See, very important, right? So it's funny thoughts or observations. Now, if that comma was taken out, it'd be funny thoughts or observations, right? Again, going to be how you analyze it. Did I tell you I'm pursuing a career in stand-up comedy? She's half listening as she flips through his journal, right? No, you didn't. I think I did. She doesn't respond, keeps flipping through his journal. Social worker. Oh, yeah, because of what your mother said about purpose, about your purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world, right? And the Joker, right. Angle on journal, pages and pages of notes, all in neat, angry-looking handwriting. Also cut out photos from hardcore pornographic magazines and some crude handmade drawings. A flash of anger crosses the Joker's face. We see him picking at his right eyebrow, almost obsessively, trying to stay calm. His eyebrow is actually half gone, something he does a lot. So that now gives you, right, when we go back and we ask those 4 questions, one of the questions is, what is the action he is taking in the scene? What is he doing? So during this, as he's talking to her, he's now pulling on his eyebrows, right? He's acting OCD while he's sitting there, okay? So, Joker, I didn't realize you wanted to read it. The social worker gives him a look, then reads something in the pages that gives her pause, okay? So that's that's a beat right there. Like the beat would be on the next page, but right there's a beat. Something now changing the scene. It's going to change how these two are interacting with each other. Okay. So your homework is to download the Joker script, to read it. Okay. Then watch the movie along with the script after completing the following 5 steps. So as you're going through the script, you're going to cross out any stage directions. Those are going to be meaningless for you right now. You're not on set filming, right? So any type of directions. So you're going to print this out, or you can do it online. You can open up a PDF and edit it. Okay. I think it's in a Word form, Word doc form. Okay. You're going to mark any significant changes, shifts in tone, or character development. Okay. So you're going to look for how the character is developing as you're reading through the script, what's going on, right? The Joker goes through a transformation, right? Goes from being very awkward to being more confident till at the end, when they're taking him away, right? I don't want to ruin the whole movie for you for those who haven't seen it, but you will see the transformation. It's an obvious transformation he goes through. You're going to understand the words. So it's very important to analyze this word by word, right? Understand each and every word. There's a reason a script is written the way it is. There's no extra words in a script. They have the exact word count that they want, the exact feeling are in it, and ask questions. Okay, that's the most important one. Ask questions. Ask yourself, why is he doing what is he doing? Go back to those 5 questions, and if you guys want, I'll go back to that really quickly so you can take a screenshot of that, because or if you're watching this on recording, you'll be able to just go back and take a screenshot. But the link is right there. So it's imsdb.com. Okay, so imsdb.com, and from there you'll be able to find almost any script that you want to go over. Any of your favorite movies and shows. They have hundreds, if not thousands of scripts you can download for free. It's offset by advertising, of course. So just you'll see just kind of annoying little pop-ups, but you'll be able to gain access to any type of script, including the Joker script. Okay, so I'm just going to go back really quick to those 5 questions in case you guys didn't take a screenshot. Words can have a lot of different meanings on the tone that they're being used, right? I really think that's a great outfit versus, well, I think that's a great outfit. Okay, so understand the words and ask yourself questions. Go back and repeat those questions over and over again through each and every page. Go through that, read it, go through these 5 steps, then watch the movie along with the script, and you're going to see a completely different movie than you've ever seen before. Trust me, that's where it will all come together. Okay, so with that thought in mind, my name is Michael Fromkin, and this was the actor script analysis, understanding the reasons, the why, and finding the story.
How amazing was that video? Now you know all about script analysis, but there is so much more to know. So make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our videos about the entertainment industry. And if you're still struggling as an actor, model, or musician, click on the link below so that we will see you at our next audition or live event. Again, my name is Deneen White, and I can't wait to see you at our next audition or event.